Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Greetings, salutations. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Let me see if anybody's around. If anybody's bored or wants to listen to Meena go blah blah blah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram. I wasn't going to go online, but I tell you, the stuff that's coming is, it's too good to keep just to myself. I want to share it, I really do. So, Hare Krishna. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Right. So, Hare Bo, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Making friends with Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Everyone needs a friend, right? So, what better friend to have than Krishna? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. On the path of practicing on Vaidhi Bhakti, part of the practice and the regulation of regulated worship is to make friends with your mind. If you don't make friends with your mind, mind's the worst enemy. Okay? How many times have those of us who have been practicing the Vaidhi Bhakti for who knows how long, that you have to make friends with your mind, make friends with your mind, you have to make friends with your mind. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. There's a nice little play, it's recorded on YouTube now, about the mind, making friends with the mind. And how the mind can be the worst enemy. The problem with the mind is it has no intelligence. The mind is just connected to the senses and is always looking for solutions on a sensual level. Like, it's cold out, so the mind will go, well, get a sweater. Or it's hot out, well, put the fan on. This is the mind, okay? The mind is there, connected to the senses. Hare Krishna. It doesn't have any intelligence. There's no direction, ultimate direction for the mind. So you have to ask, do you want to make friends with someone like that who has no intelligence? I mean, isn't that like going to be a wild ride? To make friends with someone who has no intelligence? I've tried that with people who I don't think they had any intelligence, and it just didn't work out really well. So, on this path of Raganuga Bhakti, spontaneous devotion, don't have to worry about making friends with the mind. Don't even worry about it. Don't even concern yourself, because it's a losing battle. There's a saying, don't enter a battle, never enter a battle that you can't win. So how could you ever win in that situation making friends with someone who has no intelligence. Isn't that a setup for disaster? So on this path, the path of spontaneous devotion, raganuga, the path of taste, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, as being made available, Srila Gaur Haridas, as outrageous as he is, he's making this path available. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Bol. Talking about making friends with Krishna. So why try to make friends with your mind? You can never do it because the mind has no intelligence. Okay, how can you make friends with someone like that? To solve that situation, the solution to that is to make friends with Krishna. Then mind is already on board. So that's the intelligence. The intelligence is not to cater to the mind. The intelligence is to make friends with Krishna. Then mind is automatically on board. Because the mind doesn't have any intelligence. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Now that makes sense. Krishna. So all roads point to Krishna as a friend. I mean, there's other relationships also that develop. But I'm talking here and I'm experiencing here the beauty of this, just a friendship with Krishna. We'll deal with other things later. Let's start here, okay? Bloom where you're planted, okay? I need a friend. And I'm trying sometimes to make some nice friendship with this one or that one, even amongst devotees, those who are practicing. And it's always a disappointment. It always falls short. There's always some problem. So, the friend is Krishna. And then if you have other associations, you go from there. You say, any friend of Krishna's is a friend of mine. Then you got something going. If you're a friend of Krishna, you're automatically a friend of mine. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Now what do friends do? They share things. They spend time together. They look at the world and they look at the situations that they're in together, which is what Arjuna and Krishna were going through on the battlefield. They were both looking at the situation together. And that's the conversation they had that is now recorded as the Bhagavad Gita. They were looking at the situation together. And Arjuna and Krishna were in a relationship of friendship. And so they were sharing the way they were seeing the situation. Arjuna was seeing it one way. See, this is described in the Upadeshamrita. The symptoms of love is to reveal one's mind in confidence, to share foodstuffs, and to give gifts. This is what friends do. They exchange these things. It's very natural. Hare Krishna. And that's on a, you can look at it on a, like a kind of gross level, you know, like eating, you know, kind of gross level, which now it's there. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. But there are other levels of understanding how that correlates, you know, getting into the transcendental experiences on the spiritual level. The eating is also tasting the truth together, tasting the word of God together, relishing the truths together. Hare Krishna, and then that ultimately goes into the experiencing Ras together. Hare Krishna, loving exchange. We're talking about friendship, what friends do. Just from my own experience in this world, when I have been fortunate enough to spend time with someone and share this kind of intimate relationship of friendship, we saw the world together. And sometimes my friend would see the world a certain way, and I could relish that, and then I would see, it was sharing particular situations, not always like some big philosophical view, just, walking through a store together, having that experience together, being together in the present moment, experiencing things together, encountering others as a team. We're together, and we meet somebody, and they can see, oh, these people they have a friendship, a relationship of friendship. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Revealing the mind in confidence, like what was going on with Arjuna and Krishna. Arjuna is revealing his mind in confidence. And so is Krishna. He's revealing his mind. Well, this is how I see things. We're not these bodies. The friends are helping each other. Friends help each other. They share worldview. They share experiences. They share tastes. And they give things to each other. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. They don't abuse each other. They don't exploit each other. They don't find fault with each other. There's love and trust there. So what better friend than Krishna? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. And then anyone else who is a friend of Krishna is also a friend of mine. There you go. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Haribo! All the friends of Krishna are popping up here. Wow. It's really cool. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Johan, okay, he says, there is a Dutch song where they are singing, friendship is illusion, so they only really friendship is with Krishna. All the friendships coming one day to the end when we die. Yeah, they come to an end when we die, and they come to an end a lot sooner too. It's like people are together, the thing of like little things of straw in a stream. Because of the current, they travel together for some time. The current changes and they go apart. So it doesn't have to be a lifelong relationship. It can be very short. It can be a few weeks, a month, a year, a couple of years. And the current separates. Hare Krishna, Hare, but not Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Not Krishna. He's not influenced by the currents. And he's not influenced by death either. Krishna. Death isn't part of Krishna. It's external. His external energy manifests that phenomena of death. So there's another case to be made for making friendship with Krishna. How to reveal the mind in confidence. Be honest with Krishna and open. And accept that is available. That's one of the devotional practices, one of the devotional regulative principles. Hearing is a devotional principle, a regulated principle. Hearing. Chanting is a devotional practice. Remembering Krishna, it's a good idea. Offering prayers, highly recommended. Serving specific order of Krishna, go for it if you get it. Worshipping the lotus feet, practicing worship, no problem there. Using everything or considering everything in one's possession as belonging to Krishna and used in Krishna's service, not being attached to anything for one's own self, but using everything in Krishna consciousness for Krishna. And right up there with all the other 8 is simply making friends with Krishna. Make friends with Krishna You don't have to try to make friends with your mind because it's a losing battle. The mind is the stupidest thing there is. It has no intelligence. It's a whole separate energy, the mind. It's a losing battle. What did Bhaktisiddhanta say? He said the way he treated his mind was he would beat it with a broomstick in the morning and a shoe at night or something like that. Hare Krishna. Don't even worry about the mind. The mind will tag along. Don't even try to make friends with your mind. It's what did Arjuna say? He says is more difficult than controlling the wind. Well, yeah. You want to run around trying to control the wind all the time? Forget it. Just make friends with Krishna. Mind is captured. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Bol. So that was too good, you know. That was too good to keep to myself. I'm just working on this friendship. Friend. Hare Krishna. What better friend? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. And any friend of Krishna is a friend of mine. Hare Krishna, automatically. Hare Krishna. Jai Shrilagar Haridas. Jai. All the new shoots and sprouts popping up everywhere by the watering of the words coming from Srila Haridas. As outrageous as he appears to be. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Definitely stands out in the crowd. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Then I was thinking, this was something else when I was chanting this morning, that why would Krishna want to have a friendship with me or others who are like me, teeny tiny, He's so big and great. Why is he interested in me for? I'm like a piece of dust. I'm like nothing, Why would he want to have a relationship with me? Why would he even want to be my friend? I mean, what's in it for him, I mean, seriously. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. They have nothing to offer. For one thing, everything already belongs to him anyway. What am I going to give him, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. The appeal is not one of quantity. It's of quality. And the experience is even one drop of mercy from the Lord. You can drown in it. Okay? There's a whole ocean of mercy, but even one drop, because of the quality, the spiritual quality, the taste. Krishna, he likes that taste. And even if it's just a little infinitesimal, teeny tiny, hardly see it, even know it's there. I mean, Ananta Acharya's got the universes balancing on his head like mustard seeds, right? Doesn't even know they're there. And that's the universe. Those are the universes. They're like mustard seeds. Okay? and we're inside one of those universes. Oh, come on. Can't even find us. But we are actually part of Krishna. We're part of Krishna. Spiritual energy, part of Krishna. Hare Krishna. We're never really separated from Krishna. We're part of Krishna's, and we're part of his energy. The infinitesimal spiritual sparks. We're not material, we're spiritual sparks. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So Krishna is always with the living entity. And even though it's teeny tiny, the taste is so relishable. Krishna also. Krishna, he wants that taste. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. It's like if you have like 10 tons of iron. You've got a big pile of iron, 10 tons, okay? I mean, that's a lot of iron, okay? That's a lot of mass, a lot of quantity. But if you have 1 ounce of gold, the quality is different. What was it? I can't remember the pastime exactly, but on one side of the scale, Krishna and one of the queens, they were doing some kind of a little experiment there. And on one side of the scale was something, I forget what was on one side, it was very heavy. And on the other side was a tulsi leaf. It may have been Krishna on one side of the scale, I can't remember. And the other side was a little tulsi leaf. And this was measuring in a certain way, was very heavy. And the tulsi leaf, was blown away by the wind, right? The little tulsi leaf, it made the scale go like this. Because of the quality, the devotional quality. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, hey, Haribol. Krishna is talking about friendship with Krishna, making friends with the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And how in a friendship, the friends, they experience things together. They have different experiences together. They travel together. They meet others together. They're always in friendship, relationship of friendship. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And don't even worry about trying to make friends with the mind. It's a losing battle, because the mind has no intelligence. Just make friends with Krishna. Mind is taken care of. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I was going to read something from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Need to keep going with this reading here. Krishna, and it's chapter 8. And in this section, Krishnadas Kaviraj is offering all kinds of respects and obeisances to Vrindavan Das Thakur, who has written the Chaitanya Bhagavat. And so he's making it clear that he's not competing with Vrindavan Das Thakur. That's not the purpose of his writing. He's not doing like a one-upmanship thing. He's not doing that. He fully respects and relishes the writings of Chaitanya Bhagavat. But he's writing this, he's been instructed by Nityananda, and he's going to cover some things that aren't discussed, because to write all the pastimes of Gauranga, or the Panchatattva, is really not possible because they're unlimited. So there are certain pastimes and certain activities that weren't really discussed very much or even at all in the Chaitanya Bhagavat. So Krishnadas Kaviraj is going to be filling in those places mostly. And he's explaining that that's the purpose of his book. Is not to compete or outdo, or he's not going to be repeating what's discussed there. And he recommends devotees and people to read Vrindavan Das Thakur's book. So this verse is 47. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, for giving us our dearmost friend. Thank you, Srila Gaura Haridas, for Hare Krishna, showing us what it means to be in a relationship with Krishna. Hare Krishna. By being in a relationship with Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. And thank you, all the devotees, for your kind support, for your guidance, for your criticisms when appropriate. Hare Krishna. For blocking me when I'm out in left field. I appreciate everything. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. All right. So, Krishnas Kaviraj goes, he's talking about Vrindavan Das Thakur. He says, he saw them to be so extensive that he later felt that some had not been properly described. He ecstatically described the pastimes of Lord Nityananda, but the later pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu remained untold. In Vrindavan, in a great place of pilgrimage, underneath the desire trees, is a garden throne bedecked with jewels. In Vrindavan, in a great place of pilgrimage, underneath the desire trees, is a garden throne bedecked with jewels. On that throne sits the son of Nanda Maharaj, Sri Govinda Dev, the transcendental Cupid. Varieties of majestic service are rendered to Govinda there. His garments, ornaments, and paraphernalia are all transcendental. In that temple of Govindaji, thousands of servitors always render service to the Lord in devotion. Even with thousands of mouths, one could not describe this service. This is in Vrindavan. This kind of majestic performance of service is being enacted. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. In that temple, the chief servitor was Sri Haridas Pandit. His qualities and fame are known all over the world. Sri Haridas Pandit. Sri Haridas Pandit was a disciple of Sri Ananta Acharya, who was a disciple of Giradhar Pandit. Okay, so we're going from Vrindavan, a temple of jewels, under some desire trees, where the Lord is seated as, installed as Govindaji, being worshipped in majestic style. Okay, that's in Vrindavan. Now we're in Chaitanya Leela, and there's a devotee in that Vrindavan Leela of Govindaji who is now also in Chaitanya Leela. He has incarnated to serve Krishna when he comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and in Chaitanya Leela, the foremost servant in Vrindavan with this majestic worship of Govinda is Sri Haridas Pandit. Now, in Chaitanya Leela, he appears as Sri Haridas Pandit. Hare Krishna. Haridas Pandit was a disciple of Ananta Acharya, who was a disciple of Gadadhar. And Sri Gadadhar is an incarnation of Srimati Radharani. So, this is all actually going on in Vrindavan. Even Chaitanya Leela is going on in Vrindavan. In one part of Vrindavan, Krishna is enacting this pastime of Chaitanya Leela. So Haridas Pandit was a gentle, tolerant, peaceful, magnanimous, grave, sweet in his words, and very sober in his endeavors. Gentle, tolerant, peaceful, magnanimous, grave, sweet with his words, and very sober in his endeavors. We were reading the qualities of Krishna, and these are all qualities of Krishna. So the qualities of Krishna can also be seen in the devotee of Krishna. He was respectful to everyone and worked for the benefit of all. Diplomacy, envy, and jealousy were unknown to his heart. Diplomacy, politics, envy, and jealousy were unknown to his heart. The 50 qualities, Hare Krishna. See, I know I'm on the right track. I know I'm on the right track, okay? Because here's a confirmation. Ready? The 50 qualities of Lord Krishna were all present in his body. Yeah. The 50 qualities of Lord Krishna were all present in his body. Jai. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. It's a nice little purport here. Prabhupada says, in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Nectar of Devotion, the transcendental qualities of Sri Krishna are mentioned. I've been reading that at night. Among these, 50 are primary, and in minute quantity, they were all present in the body of Sri Haridas Pandit. Since every living entity is a part of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, all 50 of these good qualities of Sri Krishna are originally minutely present in every living entity. Due to his contact with material nature, these qualities are not visible in the conditioned soul. But when one becomes a purified devotee, they all automatically manifest themselves. This is stated in the Bhagavatam, 5th canto, as mentioned in the next verse. So this is from Bhagavatam, canto 5. In one who has unflinching devotional faith in Krishna, all good qualities of Krishna and the demigods are consistently manifested. However, one who has no devotion to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has no good qualities because he is engaged in, ready for this? Mental concoction in material existence, which is the external feature of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. No good qualities, sorry. Hare Krishna, because engaged in mental. You know, that's what, you're going to make friends with Krishna. Make friends with someone who is a friend of Krishna already. You know, it's not, you know, you just make Hare Krishna. It's not what you know, but it's who you know. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And, you know, all this stuff. Have to make friends with the mind. Forget it. Forget it. Just forget it. It's not possible. Just make friends with Krishna and associate with Krishna's friends and take shelter of those who are in relationship with Krishna, such as Gaur Haridas. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. He's already experiencing his relationship with Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. That's why he can't shut up. It's too good. It's too good. It's too much fun. He can't. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, next verse. Ananta Acharya was a disciple of Gadadhar Pandit. His body was always absorbed in love of Godhead. He was magnanimous and advanced in all respects. Ananta Acharya was a reservoir of all good qualities. No one can estimate how great he was. Pandita Haridas was his beloved disciple. So this Haridas Pandit, his original relationship with Krishna is in this mood of majestic worship, although it's within Vrindavan. There's one little area of Vrindavan where they're doing this with Govindaji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, so there's some here about Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, who they are in these different, because the devotees, they incarnate, when Krishna incarnates, his associates and his devotees, Nityasiddha devotees. Nityasiddha devotees, they're never conditioned, but they do appear. They can appear in the world to serve Krishna in different ways, but they're never conditioned souls. They're Nityasiddha. So let's look at this purport here. It's interesting here. Sri Ananta Acharya is one of the eternal associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Previously, during the advent of these are eternal, so previously it doesn't mean it's not still going on, it just means he's incarnated to also appear in this incarnation. It's not that the others stop. It's not that Krishna isn't Krishna anymore because now he's Lord Chaitanya. It's not like that. But sometimes they use this word previously. I guess in the previous manifestation it could be seen, but it's always manifest eternally. But when it was previously manifested, that's what that means, previously. Previously visible in the material situation. Previously, during the advent of Lord Krishna, Ananta Acharya was Sudevi, one of the 8 gopis. This is stated in the Gaur Ganodesh Dipika, which I looked up the other day. It's available online, and it shows who's who. It's a who's who. Who was who in Krishna Lila, who was who in Chaitanya Lila. It's a who's who. This is stated in Gaur Ganodesh Dipika as follows. Some Sanskrit. Translation. Ananta Acharya Goswami was formerly Sudevi Gopi in Vraj. Okay. In Jagannath Puri, or Purushottama Kshetra, there's a monastery known as Gangamata Mat that was established by Ananta Acharya. In the disciplic succession of the Gangamata Mat, he is known as Vinod Manjari. One of his disciples was Haridas Pandit Goswami, who was also known as, okay, so there was a temple or a mat established, and this Ananta Acharya was the founding Acharya of that mat, and one of his disciples, was very dear to him, was Haridas Pandit Goswami. So this Haridas Pandit, also known as Sri Raghu Gopal and as Sri Rasa Manjari. So we've got some disciplic succession coming through there. His disciple, Lakshmi Priya, was the maternal aunt of Gangamata, a princess who was the daughter of the king of Putiya. Krishna. This is ecstatic disciplic succession. And it's right after the time of Lord Chaitanya, there were these different branches growing. Krishna. Gangamat brought a deity of the name Sri Rasika Rai from Krishna Mishra of Jaipur, installed it in the house of Sarvabhauma in Jagannath Puri. Hare Krishna, Krishna, they're all related. They're all associates of Lord Chaitanya. It's all connected. The disciple in the 5th generation after Sri Ananta Acharya was 5th generation Vanamali. In the 6th generation Bhagavan Das, who was a Bengali. 7th generation Madhusudana, who was an Aryan. 8th generation Nilambar Das. 9th generation Sri Narottam Das. In the 10th generation, Pitambar, 11th generation Madhava, disciple of the 12th generation, is presently in charge of the Gangamat monastery. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Wow. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. What is going on with Srila Gaura Haridas? Hare Krishna. What is going on? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Is this a momentary fling, or is this a generational thing? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, text 61. Whoa, Krishna! Krishna. Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, text 61. I'm not going to go anywhere without Krishna. I'm sorry. Physically, I'm not going anywhere. Mentally, I'm not going to go anywhere. And spiritually, I'm not going anywhere without my friend. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to do it. And that's the way it is. Hare Krishna. Text 61. Pandita Haridas had great faith in Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda. Therefore, he took great satisfaction in knowing about their pastimes and qualities. So he's a spiritual master in line of succession, and that succession is still functioning today at Gangamat Monastery in Jagannath Puri. Hare Krishna. Pandita Haridas always accepted the good qualities of Vaishnavas, never found fault in them. He engaged his heart and soul only to satisfy the Vaishnavas. It is a qualification, Prabhupada says, of a Vaishnava that he is a doshadarshi, which means he never sees others' faults. Of course, every human being has both good qualities and faults. Therefore it is said, Sanskrit, which means everyone has a combination of faults and glories. But a Vaishnava, a sober man, accepts only a man's glories and not his faults. Doesn't mean he doesn't see them, he just discounts them, he overlooks them, he doesn't dwell on them, he doesn't judge the person for them. I mean, they're there, you know, you have to be blind not to see it, but he doesn't accept them. He said, he doesn't accept them. He says, flies seek sores, whereas honeybees seek honey. Haridas Pandit never found fault with a Vaishnava, but considered only his good qualities. In substance abuse recovery programs, they have a 12-step process. And some of the prayers that they offer in the beginning, they do it by accessing a higher power, realizing that they can't control their situation and God, but to avoid sectarian arguments, they just say a higher power. And they just, whoever your higher power is, great, just go for it. You have to have a higher power because you can't do it. So there's a prayer, a serenity prayer. They say, how does that go? Oh, Krishna. give me, higher power, give me the strength to change the things I can, and ignore the things I can't, and the intelligence to know the difference. So let me find the good, what I can use, and leave the rest. That's another prayer they have, to take what you can use and leave the rest. So for the honeybee, they will take the good qualities, the nectar, the sweetness, and if there's something else there, they're just going to leave it. They're not going to try to just to go around it, ignore it. Not that they don't see it, but they can't use it. So why bother with it? Just leave it alone. Take what you can use. If you're looking for honey, you're looking for nectar, do that. Take what you can use. If there's one little drop in there, take it. What do you want to mess with all the other stuff for? Just leave it alone. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Haridas Pandit never found fault with a Vaishnava, but considered only his good qualities. He always heard the reading of Sri Chaitanya Mangala, which really is Chaitanya Bhagavat because the name was changed. So he always heard the reading of Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, and all the other Vaishnavas used to hear it by his grace. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Like the full moon, he illuminated the entire assembly of the Vaishnavas by speaking Chaitanya Bhagavat, and by the nectar of his qualities, he increased their transcendental bliss. That's a spiritual master. You want to know what it is? There's your checklist. Like the full moon, he illuminated the entire assembly of the Vaishnavas by speaking Chaitanya Bhagavat, and by the nectar of his qualities, he increased their transcendental bliss. By the nectar of his qualities. His speaking was saturated with those qualities. When he spoke, those qualities, which were manifest because of a loving relationship with the Lord, then when he spoke, those words were saturated with that. Just like when Lord Chaitanya, that prayer, Shastika, that he's saturated the chanting of the Maha Mantra, all his potencies are in it. Like the Maha Mantra can be chanted, okay? It could be chanted, but because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu put all his potencies in there, he spoke the mantra first, and all his potency is in there. And that mantra it's full. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this Haridas Pandit, because he's saturated with this ecstatic love of Godhead, when he speaks, his words, his qualities saturate his sound vibration and illuminate everyone. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. By his causeless mercy, he ordered me to write about the last pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Wow, it looks like Krishna. Looks like Krishnadas Kaviraj was ordered by this devotee, Haridas Pandit, to present the later pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna. Okay, so now we're going back to the temple in Vrindavan, where Lord Govindaji is being worshipped majestically in one little section of Vrindavan. These are pastimes. Vrindavan pastimes. to worship the Lord like this in Vrindavan is actually a Vrindavan pastime. Krishna, they're playing Hare Krishna. It's Krishna, but they're worshiping him. Hare Krishna. Okay, so next verse. Now we're back at that little temple of jewels where this majestic worship is going on. And Govinda Goshani, the priest engaged in the service of Lord Govinda in Vrindavan, was a disciple of Kashishwar Goshani. There was no servant more dear to Govinda, the Govinda deity. Okay, it looks like we're going to go on to something else here. So, wow, this is really fun. I mean, this is like really fun to hear about all this wonderful pastimes and activities of my good friend and the friends of my good friend. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. If you have Krishna as your friend, you have everything. You have Krishna. And Krishna is everything. Hare Krishna. What would you possibly want more than a friend like Krishna who has everything and is more than willing to share everything? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, that's Krishna. Haribo. Govinda. Yeah, make Krishna your friend, Mahanandini. Become friends with Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.